Welcome to YouTube channel Timeless Bible Stories, with an inspiring journey into the life of one of the Bible's most remarkable women, Abigail. Known for her wisdom, courage, and grace, Abigail played a pivotal role in the life of David, the future king of Israel. Her story teaches us timeless lessons in humility, wisdom, and the power of making right choices in the face of adversity. Today we'll explore Abigail's life, the challenges she faced, and the powerful example she left behind. Let's delve into the story of Abigail, the great woman who showed extraordinary wisdom and courage at a critical moment in history. Abigail was a woman living in a time when Israel was ruled by the first king, Saul, and political tensions were high. She was married to Nabal, a wealthy but foolish man from Carmel, who owned vast land and herds of livestock. While Nabal was known for his harshness and foolishness, Abigail stood out for her wisdom and beauty. The Bible describes her as a woman of good understanding and beautiful in appearance, 1 Samuel 25:3. But her true beauty lay in her ability to think clearly and act wisely, even in difficult situations. While society may have placed limitations on women at the time, Abigail showed that one person's wisdom could make a monumental difference. One day, David and his men, living as fugitives in the wilderness, protected the sheep and shepherds of Nabal. When David sent his men to ask for provisions, having shown kindness to Nabal's property, Nabal responded with scorn and insults. He refused to offer any assistance, calling David a mere runaway servant. This rejection angered David, who, with his men, prepared to go to war against Nabal. But Abigail, upon hearing what had happened, knew that bloodshed was imminent, and she had to act fast. Without hesitation, Abigail gathered provisions, bread, wine, meat, and more, and set out to meet David. She did not wait for permission, knowing that her husband's foolishness could bring disaster. She acted swiftly with both courage and grace, determined to intervene before things escalated. As she approached David's camp, Abigail did not come in anger or accusation, but humbly, asking for forgiveness on behalf of her husband. She recognized David's greatness and acknowledged the potential consequences of Nabal's actions. When Abigail saw David, she immediately dismounted and fell on her face before him, pleading for mercy. She did not argue with David, but instead took full responsibility for her husband's actions. With wisdom, she reminded David that as king, he was above petty revenge and should not stain his hands with innocent blood. David, moved by her humility and wisdom, was deeply impressed. He recognized that God had sent Abigail to stop him from making a grave mistake. He thanked her for preventing him from shedding blood in vain, and he blessed her for her courage and discernment. After her meeting with David, Abigail returned home to find her husband, Nabal, in the midst of a feast, drunk from celebrating. She waited until the morning to speak to him about the events that had unfolded. When she told him what had happened, Nabal was struck with fear, and his heart failed him. Within 10 days, Nabal died, likely due to a stroke or heart failure caused by the shock of the situation. Abigail, who had acted to save lives, was now free from the foolishness of her former husband. After Nabal's death, David, recognizing Abigail's wisdom and strength, sent for her. He invited her to become his wife, and Abigail agreed, leaving behind her past to join David and support him on his journey to the throne. Abigail's life offers us valuable lessons that we can apply today. First, she demonstrated incredible wisdom when faced with a potentially violent situation. She acted swiftly, thinking strategically and preventing a disaster. Second, Abigail showed immense courage in doing what was right, even when it meant standing up to her husband. She did not allow loyalty to a man's foolishness to dictate her actions. She chose to follow her conscience and protect others. Third, Abigail's humility was key in diffusing a tense situation. When she met David, she didn't come in anger, but with grace and humility. This approach allowed her wisdom to shine, and it paved the way for David to accept her counsel. Finally, Abigail's story teaches us the importance of trusting in God's judgment. When she urged David not to take vengeance, she reminded him to leave justice to God. Trusting in God's timing and judgment can prevent us from making rash decisions and guide us to peace. Abigail's story is a testament to the power of wisdom, humility, and courage. She wasn't just a woman of beauty, but one of strength and integrity. In a time when women had few opportunities to influence society, Abigail showed that one wise and courageous act could change the course of history. Let us remember the lessons from Abigail's life: wisdom in the face of danger, courage to do what is right, and trust in God's timing. May her example inspire us to make wise and righteous decisions no matter the challenges we face. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the life of Abigail, a great woman in the Bible. If you found her story inspiring, please like, share, and subscribe for more biblical stories and lessons. God bless.